What's up, guys? Well, we're in Detroit with Officer Caleb Williams, who was hired in 2022. This is going to take place in 2024. And it's going to show him arcing his taser toward his 10-year-old nephew. And clearly the nephew, he's saying he was using it as an educational tool to show him, no, this kid is screaming and it seems like he is crying. And when it arcs, unless you're not gonna, the probes are arcing in the taser. Now, it makes a loud sound and it makes an intimidating sound. It's meant to be a warning that the next time you hear this particular noise, you may be feeling some stinging. Anyway, we're going to look at, also the family is the one that sent the video into the police department. So we're going to look at the article first, because sometimes articles will tell you more than a video will, because they'll make articles long and then know people aren't going to drag out through them. So then they'll put up a video which only tells half the story. So we're going to quickly go over the article because the video does a pretty good job of following the article. And we're going to watch the video on YouTube because this one is, no. Anyway, also I would like to note, like 90% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we'll move along. So, Detroit, cop Caleb Williams. Detroit cop charged after threatening boy with taser, but commissioners won't take his pay. Facing 2 felonies, Officer Caleb Williams continues to collect pay. Shocking, it is not. A Detroit police officer, captured on video allegedly threatening a 10-year-old with his taser, had his police powers suspended recently, but not his pay. Allegedly. By a 7-2 vote, Detroit's Board of Police Commissioners chose not to stop the officer from collecting a salary, even though he's facing felony charges of child abuse and a second-degree and felonious assault. In the 23-second video shows Officer Caleb Williams, who joined the department 2 years ago, so that being 2022, because this happened in 2024, arcing his department-issued taser repeatedly towards his 10-year-old nephew, causing the young boy to shriek and appear to cry. Different from firing a taser, arcing it creates an electrical current. Yes, that's a donkey talking over there. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. Different from firing a taser, arcing it creates an electric current between the 2 probes and emits a charging sound meant to warn or intimidate a target. The 10-year-old wouldn't know the difference, said Commander Michael McGinnis of DPD's Professional Standard Bureau. It clearly instilled fear into him. Yes. The video was shot by a family member who later alerted Detroit police after the criminal charges were announced. Chief James White suspended Williams and requested the Board of Police Commissioners to also suspend his pay, and they said no. But on 2 of the commissioners, Jesus Hernandez and Willie Bell, voted to do so. He could have misfired and hit that child, said Commissioner Bell. Commissioners, you ready for these? Quantez Presley, Tamara Liberty Smith, Linda Bernard, Cedric Banks, Lisa Carter, Daryl Woods voted not to suspend Williams' pay. Commissioner Willie Burton abstained from voting. Willie Burton right there voted no. Willie Burton, District 5, voted no. It says he abstained from voting. Well, there's his vote right there. Reach for comment. Officer Williams' attorney declined to comment for this story. Yes. Why commissioners voted no? When questioned by the news, Commissioner Cedric Banks said he did not recall the specifics of the case and said he didn't realize he voted the way he did. Who believes that? Commissioner Willie Burton, whose abstention from the voting was counted as a no, did not answer the questions from reporter Ross Jones about what he thought of the officer's conduct depicted on the video, then ducked into last Thursday's board meeting. Counted as a no. I don't even understand why that would be counted as a no. It's either yes or no, or you're not there for the vote. Commissioner Daryl Woods said he voted against suspending Williams' salary, but he doesn't believe he'll ultimately be convicted of the felonies he's been charged with. I don't think he intentionally tried to inflict mental harm. Really? Wait till you see. Woods said by phone, Commissioner, here we go. Linda Bernard said she voted against suspending the officer's pay because she believed he meant no harm. How about he does that to you? See what happens. I don't remember that there was any malice or intent to hurt or intent to do anything wrongful to the child. It's an intimidation factor. It's meant to intimidate. That child is 10 years old. As a matter of fact, people were laughing, she said, referencing the voice of an adult in the room. Yes, that would have been the cop. Bernard acknowledged that the boy could be heard crying on video, but said suspending Williams' pay would cause unintended consequences for him and others. Would it? No, it would ability. That's what she wanted to say, but they wouldn't let her say that. That's not what she wanted to say. That's what we know. You not only hurt him, you hurt their children, the whole family, their whole lives, Bernard said. I wonder how many times he's done that to other children not being caught on video. She said Officer Williams appeared to be giving the child a demonstration with his taser. When pressed, she said he was demonstrating the fact that if you do the wrong thing, you obviously can be hurt by it. Bernard said Williams could be reassigned to administrative duty rather than police work during his suspension, but officials said that's not possible. Yes, if you're a felon, you can't be in possession of a firearm. How about that one? When you're charged with felonies, you cannot serve as a police officer. Exactly, said Commander McGinnis. There is no desk job for him to do it this time. McGinnis said that regardless of whether Williams is convicted, his conduct is severe enough that he may be terminated anyway, which will be determined down the road. I, unfortunately, am not in position to try and shape the board's decision-making, he said. They are in existence to help hold police accountable. They're not. And I would just ask that they do that. They're not there to hold anybody accountable. They're there to same shit, different day. Anyway, here's the video.
This is not the body of the board where we say great job department every day and every week. This is the body where we deal with police abuse, police accountability, police reform issues.
Do you? Because you're going to remember a lot of nothing about this later.
That was Commissioner Willie Burton at last week's meeting of the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners. He was complaining that Chief James White is not doing enough to hold rogue officers accountable.
And yet, when given the chance to take away the pay of an officer recently charged with 2 felonies, the board voted overwhelmingly not to.
Well, tonight, 7 investigator Ross Jones is trying to understand why, and he is revealing video of the officer's alleged crimes, too. We do want to warn you, the content is disturbing.
Listen to this 10-year-old little boy.
Nobody.
Now, if he's just, he says this is just for demonstrations, but he asked him, who'd you threaten to beat up? And he said, nobody.
It is video that's difficult to watch.
It don't hurt that bad.
In uniform is Officer Caleb Williams, aiming his department-issued high-voltage taser at his 10-year-old nephew. It might sound like he's firing it. He's actually arcing the taser. It creates an electric current between the 2 probes and is meant to warn or intimidate a target.
It clearly instilled fear into the 10-year-old.
Leave him alone, Caleb. Damn.
The video was shot by a family member who alerted Detroit
You notice when he started walking toward that little girl, she backed up real quick. She didn't think it was a joke either.
Police. And last month, Wayne County's prosecutor charged Williams with child abuse in the 2nd degree and felonious assault. Chief James White suspended him immediately and said Williams' behavior was so egregious he wanted to take his pay too. But to do it, the chief would need the approval of the Board of Police Commissioners, who overwhelmingly voted
No, no,
No.
no,
No.
Of the 9 board members present that day, only 2 voted to take Officer Williams' pay. Commissioners Jesus Hernandez
It just was very concerning.
and Willie Bell.
He could have misfired and hit that child.
So for the 7 others, we wanted to understand why. Commissioner Cedric Banks voted not to suspend the officer's pay.
I did.
You did.
I would have to look at, I can't really recall the case.
Commissioner Willie Burton abstained, which counted as a no vote.
Were you bothered by what you saw in that video? It's not a trick question.
the board is
I get it, but
late for this.
understood. But were you bothered by what you saw in this video?
And Commissioner Linda Bernard voted no, too.
I don't remember that there was any malice or intent to hurt or intent to do anything wrongful to the child. Matter of fact, people were laughing.
Well, the boy wasn't laughing. He seemed to be
And he
screaming.
started crying. I understand that.
Commissioner Bernard said that unless an officer like Williams is convicted in a court of law, it would be inappropriate to take away their salary.
You not only hurt them, you hurt their children, their whole
Not all of them are convicted in a court of law before their pay is taken away. That is incorrect.
family, their whole life.
But speaking of hurting children, were you okay with what you just saw in that video?
No, I'm not okay with what I just saw in that video. He has to demonstrate whatever it is he was trying to demonstrate to this child without
No, not like that. He absolutely does not.
using our equipment.
So you think this was a demonstration?
I think it was. It appeared that way from the video.
What would he have been demonstrating?
The fact that if you do the wrong thing, you obviously can be hurt by it.
Instead of taking the officer's
His gun, he can sit at that desk.
When you're charged with felonies, you cannot serve as a police officer. So there is no desk job for him to do at this time.
Commander Michael McGinnis of DPD's Professional Standards Bureau says regardless of whether Officer Williams is convicted, his conduct is severe enough that he may be terminated anyway. But if that happens, it won't be anytime soon. Tonight, his police powers are suspended, even if his pay isn't.
I unfortunately am not in a position to try to shape the board's decision making. They are in existence in order to help hold police accountable, and I just would ask that they do that.
Officer Williams' attorney declined to comment on our story or the charges against his client. We did try to reach Commissioners Presley, Smith, and Carter to ask about their votes, but did not hear back. Commissioner Darrell Woods told me by phone he voted against suspending Williams' pay because he's not sure he'll ultimately be convicted of one of those felonies, and because he said he believes he loves his nephew. I don't think anybody really questions whether he loves his nephew. The question is his judgment, and when you aim a taser like that and arc it the way he did repeatedly, I don't think that's in the policy.
And family members must have been disturbed enough because they're the ones who sent in that video, correct?
It was family that was there, family that recorded it and shared it with Detroit police, led to these 2 felony charges. I mean, we're talking pretty serious charges here.
And concerning that the commissioners couldn't really defend their positions at the same time.
Well, and the vote only happened a week before the meeting we were asking them about, so it's not like this was months ago. And that video is hard to forget, but some of them had a hard time remembering it.
Yes. As always, thank you so much, Ross.
Thank you so much. Yes. So, let's see if there's an outcome to this. There is. But it don't take forever to load. Editor's note. On April 17th, 2025, a jury acquitted Officer Caleb Williams of charges of felonious assault and second-degree child abuse. He remains off duty while an administrative review is underway, but hopes to return to work soon. I'm sure he does hope to return to work soon. I'm just saying you can't get rid of them. You think this kid thought that was a joke? He did not. Anyway, see if we can keep up with this one. We got a lot of them to keep up with. Anyway, that's where we're at with this one. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, again, like 90% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we'll move along. Let me know what you think about this one, and I am out.